Homemade granola, nothing like it. Made with the best ingredients, organic jumbo oat flakes. So the key ingredient is organic jumbo oat flakes. And then I just put it in a nice Pyrex cooking dish, or you can use a baking tray. And then I've already put a bit of oil at the bottom of the dish. And now I will generously add some, with my clean hands. I normally use olive oil, but today I am using Irish Donegal pure rapeseed oil, just because that's what was in the press. And then I will bake at high speed under my grill until it's nice and brown. But first of all, I'm mixing it all up. And this is the second batch that I've made. It's just handy. I like it as a snack, or with a yogurt or a bit of fruit, or I often would have a juice instead of a yogurt on it. So I've mixed it all nice up with very clean hands, which we all have very clean hands in this current world. We've never washed our hands as much, have we? So, and then that's what the finished jar, just leaving it open while it still cools down completely. And it's just yummy scrummy, ready to enjoy. And again, I just used this maple syrup, because that was the one that was in the press handy. Other times I add honey. The key with honey is to make sure it's only added when everything is well cooled down, because honey can denature with cooking. So to get the maximum benefits of the honey properties, add it cool. This is a new addition. I haven't used this before in my granola, but all the health benefits for chia seeds, I am adding it in, and I'll shake it up. This is it. That's what I get for talking to the camera. Got a little bit more brown than I like, but I just whiz it around. Doesn't make a difference. And it's quite nice, and I will pop it back into the grill for another few minutes. So then, near the end of the process, I sprinkle in some nuts. The last batch I had Brazil nuts that were open, so I tend to just sprinkle in what nuts. Now what would have been better for me is if I had known I was going to be making granola, I would have soaked the nuts overnight and then dried them out in the oven. Then it's just a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Now, as I was using this pack, this lovely one from the local Sat Maya, I over sprinkled the previous batch, so I've under sprinkled because there's some in the box already. And then quite generous with maple syrup. And again, as I say, you can use anything that you like for sweetening it. I just like the consistency of maple syrup as well. It's quite easy to work with. And then you just mix. And voila, leave it cool down before adding in the superfood, that is dried mulberries, which was the first time ever having them fresh 2 years ago off a bush, and they're divine. They're really, like everything, fresh is better. For the purpose of the preservative factor for the granola though, the dried keeps better in your press. And you just, again, mix in. And as I said, I love dried cranberries as well. If I had them in the press, I don't. They're quite nice. And raisins. And then that's what the finished jar, just leaving it open while it still cools down completely. And it's just yummy scrummy, ready to enjoy. And again, I just used this maple syrup, because that was the one that was in the press handy. Other times I add honey. The key with honey is to make sure it's only added when everything is well cooled down, because honey can denature with cooking. So to get the maximum benefits of the honey properties, add it cool.